Oh, it says starting to... Oh, live.
Live. Let's see if I get a message here that says Tony's live. I hope so. Right, I'm on the regular page like any normal person. Shouldn't I get something?
Are we? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Are we good? There should be hearts and faces and things. It does say live. Yes.
Tony Horton's is live. All right, it's just coming out now.
Oh, look at the...
There we are.
And hearts and things.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
But now I want to be able to see it. Tony Horton is live. There we go.
Here come my housekeepers, lovely Rosario and Maria.
Hi, everybody.
Maria,
right, they can hear me.
I
Hi, guys.
just met a girl.
There we are. Look.
Hi, everybody.
Oh. Well, do you want to introduce it, Scott?
No, yeah. Well, people are just signing on. They're just realizing we're live now.
All
so
right.
just give them a second to.
They
can see us. Hello from Denmark.
Denmark.
Hey, Denmark.
Hello, Denmark.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you, Tony. Good morning. All right, this is easy. And look, there, we can see what we look like in there.
That's good. That's good.
Anyone have any questions?
Well,
we just finished play. Go ahead and say
something.
Well,
yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for doing this. This is Ewan, obviously. Ewan,
hello, how are you?
And Scotty, the world famous scissor man, and of course me, the bringer of the X. And we want to thank you all for being here. And
we did work out.
We did work out. We did our plyo out in the backyard today. How was that, Ewan?
Yeah, it was pretty full on. It was pretty full on after our rest week.
Yeah,
this week has been really plowing straight back into it. Yesterday,
an eye opener. Yeah, yesterday was hard.
Doing all those push-ups and slidey plates, and that was a shock. It was a shock to the system after our rest week. But here we are in the first week of middle phase, right? Phase 2.
So how do you guys feel so far? Like you feel, like you were saying, you feel like there's some gains and there's some plateauing. Both of those things are happening.
Yes, I've lost body fat for sure, and there's definition happening. But I feel like my arms have sort of stayed where they are. I feel that there can be progress in the arm department.
Hi, Kit. Kit's watching.
My sister?
Tony's sister's watching.
My sister, all the way from Maynard, Massachusetts. Yeah. Can you guys all hear us okay? Is that, the volume is good? You can hear us? Thumbs up on that across the board?
I think everything's good.
Yeah. Now what about you, Scotty, Fifer Scissors? What are you noticing? You know, original cast member from 14 years ago. The short story is, Scott said to me toward the end of last year, hey, I think I want to do it again just as a challenge. And you were kind of following me on Instagram on my demise there for a bit. And kind of my
demise?
My demise. My short-term demise. And then you found out that Scott was doing it, and you came that first day, and you
January 1st.
Can I join in? And here you both are.
This is the 30th of January, so 30 days.
30 days, yeah.
That's really good.
That is
well done.
a third of the way, yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Yes, I literally thought I was going. I didn't know. I didn't really know that I was going to do all of it. I just thought I'd come and. I tried to do it in the past alone, and I had like a lot of people I'd started, and I think I maybe did. I did the first day on my own with the DVD, and then I did the plyometrics on day 2 and gave up like 10 minutes into plyometrics.
You and 1.7 million people.
Yeah.
Did that. Yeah, that's just, but you've got a friend.
I think that's really key. I find that...
I admire everyone who does it at home alone.
In the morning in Minnesota in their basement at 50 degrees.
Rock stars.
Incredible.
Rock
So,
stars.
but yeah.
People want to know if we're sore. Do we still get... Yeah, we get sore. Oh, Stephanie Bartholomew is creating those Fandango t-shirts. Thank you, Stephanie. That closes on Saturday, so if you want your Fitness Fandango t-shirt, you got to sign up before Saturday. This girl is donating. I'm getting you one.
Okay, thank you.
It's a surprise gift.
One.
I don't know.
I want one.
You have to go get your own.
I have to get my
own. But yeah, she created this shirt, Spotify Fitness Fandango, and all the money's going to go campaign.
Oh, fantastic.
She's already sold
amazing?
180, and she just needs to sell 20 more. So 20 of you.
Brilliant.
Go buy that t-shirt.
20 more people. Get those t-shirts. You can see it there in the Fandango page. All the places, all the links to go get that shirt. All going to Scotty's kids for Go. It's all about that, man. Really.
All right.
Any other questions from anyone?
Let's see. Someone's looking forward to their shirt. They're really cute. Any questions, people?
No, it's just us hanging out in my house in the garage.
Missing the face below.
So the questions pass by, so you got to ask them again because they don't.
They come and go.
Oh, I see. They don't scroll
like
through.
they disappear somewhere on the thing. And I think there's a delay because they're still talking about the T-shirts. Tracy Morrow's watching. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
That's
Morrow.
our friend Tracy Morrow.
How are your
How does
folks?
Scotty and Ewan know each other, or
Oh, that's a good one.
something? Then you just how do we know each other?
Yeah, we met through a group of friends here in Los Angeles, and I was introduced to Scott because he runs this charity called the Go Campaign that I'm an ambassador for. And now, am I?
Yes.
And wanted to make sure that was official. And so I met Scotty through that, and we became friends through that. And
You know how I tell the story?
How?
I tell the story. I say I was on my way to Africa, and
Oh,
I had
that's
to
right.
stop in London on the way, and I didn't want to spend the money on a hotel room because I didn't want to. When people were giving me money, I wanted to be able to spend it on the kids. And someone said, "Oh, I know a friend you can stay with overnight." And I knocked on the door, and Ewan answered.
that's right.
That's how I tell the story. People are like, "You didn't." I sort of pretend like I didn't know. I knew I was going to your house, but it's more fun.
It's more fun
like
if you pretend. Yeah.
you open the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Look where I'm staying.
Can Ewan keep up with Dominic on jump knee tucks? No one can keep up with Dominic on
No,
jump knee tucks.
no.
What are you thinking?
No, he's like got bionic legs or something.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a bunny rabbit. Yeah, he's like a kangaroo
No.
bunny rabbit.
They want to see us do Fifer scissors as a group. That won't be
Oh.
happening this morning.
Yeah.
Tony, if you only have 30 minutes, what's the most effective thing to do?
I have a routine called the Traveler's Workout or the Warrior's Workout or whatever it is. It's it used to be called UCML, upper cardio, middle, lower. So you do a bunch of push-ups and then you do something cardio in nature for 30 seconds or a minute. Punching, jumping jacks, whatever it is. And then you do 30 ab moves, pick one, anyone, and then 30 leg moves. So you're doing your entire body. You can do 3 to 6 rounds and you're covering everything top to bottom and you need no equipment, just the human body, Mother Earth, and gravity, and you're good to go. We put that timer on 30 and just run through it. Or 22-minute hardcore.
22-minute hardcore is really good. I've used that a lot because it's quite handy when you're traveling, and often if on a film set or something, you get up, you may be called at 6 a.m. But you don't want to get up at 4:30 to work out for an hour and a half. So I've used 22-minute hardcore quite a lot. I think it's a really good one.
Someone wants to know who makes your sweatshirt. They really like it.
Who isn't? Oh, this is it Bristol? No.
American Apparel.
American Apparel.
American
2
Apparel.
clubs.
Yeah, Bristol and American Apparel.
Are they still around? I think so.
I don't know. Didn't they? Or is it? No, the Urban Outfitters is still there. We're plugging everyone. Just plugging them all.
Really?
People want to know if Bobby Stevenson and I are fighting. Teddy, come say
Can I
hi.
pick her up?
Teddy, yes. Get Teddy on camera.
Love boy.
That's
Hello.
Teddy.
He's the loveliest boy in the
Hold on.
world.
Give me a kiss.
Little kisses.
Watch this, everybody. That's not disgusting. That's hearts, though. Look at the hearts across the screen. That's, after about...
Dogs' lips are cleaner than human lips.
That's true. That's why I never kiss guys.
Bobby Stevenson and I know we are very close friends. We don't fight. In that video, whenever I make fun of him, and then people think we never talk again in that video, apparently. So she's been bothering her for 12 years.
No.
That Bobby and I are very close. We see each other all the time.
Bobby and I and Scott
so
are
funny.
thick as thieves. Scott was one of my groomsmen at my wedding and gave, I would say, the single most spectacular speech ever. It was really a roast.
More of a roast,
More of a
really.
roast. My wife was on the side. He roasted me for half an hour. But Bobby was up there too, all dressed up really pretty.
Ewan, are you doing this for a role, this workout, or are you just working out? Are you getting in shape for anything?
No, I'm just working. I'm not working at the moment, and I suppose I worked all of last year, and it felt like 2 years or so went by without really me having a break, and so I decided to not work for a while, and this is a result of that, I think, because I've got
You have the
time, and I wanted to. I really enjoy keeping fit. It makes me feel better, and I can easily sort of vegetate. If I don't, I can get into a cycle of just being lethargic and lying around, and I'm much happier when I work out and when I'm exercise. So I thought I'd use this opportunity of knowing that I had time and time ahead of me to do something. And I think that's what happened. As I said, I'll come and do day 1 of 90.
Yeah,
and then I suddenly thought, I've got 90 days. I know that I'm not going to work for 90 days, so I'm doing it. So we're a third of the way through.
Yay. Scott's very thankful. Imagine you were going to do this on your own.
I know.
That
I
would
wouldn't
have been a
have done it.
travesty.
Yeah, it would have been
tragedy.
really
I like you say, I admire people that do it alone. I did travel. I had to go somewhere for like 2 days, and so I went to a gym. I was in Canada. I went to a gym to do legs. And what's the last one of the week before?
Legs and back?
Legs and back.
Yeah.
I went to do that, where you're doing legs and pull-ups, and I did that alone in a gym, and I found that I really realised how heavily I rely on Scott and hopefully vice versa to keep people going. So I admire everyone at home that's doing it alone.
Are you doing the diet too, Ewan?
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting our food from Sunfair, which is we're very lucky to get because it's very, very good. It sort of takes the thinking out of the food. And,
we're having our meals delivered so that we don't have to worry about cheating and Sunfair. So only available where in LA though, right?
LA and Arizona. Well, it's California and Arizona. And Carl, who's the CEO, is very excited right now that I'm holding up this bag. It's our 5th plug of
the CEO of Sunfair, different Carl.
Different Carl Dykert, CEO of Beachbody.
But I think it's really important. It's important. You're not going to see the benefits that you could see if you skimp on the food. And it's actually not. I think I've always found once you get into it, it's sort of easy to stay in it, you know. Yeah. And it's like you say, you try not make it very complicated. You eat a lot of protein. You don't eat silly carbs like bread and pasta, and you balance things out. And I find it makes you feel good.
I think within this group of people, these close to 10,000 and people who are doing P90X, the food has been the biggest conundrum for everybody. I remember when Scott was in the original test group, he had the most insane results because Scott just said, tell me what to eat and I'll eat that, nothing else. I mean, he's kind of a computer like that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to go save 40,000 children this month. And he just does it, you know? I mean, he's that kind of person who just, he sees the goal, he reverse engineers everything. He can actually see the finish line before he starts, and he just does all the work beforehand. And so, you got amazing results,
well,
and
for
those
90
of you
days.
for 90 days.
If it's only 90 days, so why not do it the best way you can? Why would you want to be cheating on your food and then completely undo all the struggle you just went through in the morning? I mean, that workout is so hard every morning. I don't want to screw it up at night by having some mashed potatoes and a piece of cake, because then it's like, why did I bother getting up in the morning? So for 90 days, you can do anything for 90 days. And then you learn to find the right adjustment in your life. You're not going to live like this forever, but it becomes a habit. You build healthy habits, right? Tony, do you watch your videos? Do you laugh at your own comments?
Oh, God, no. No, I cringe. I have this position. Oh, shut up. You talk too much. Your jokes aren't that funny, buddy. So
Ewan and I do it to the videos some days, and some days we do it to the book, and some days we do it with Tony.
I'm sometimes
like today, he did it with us.
Yeah.
But I find the same things make me laugh every week. Tippy toes always gives me a laugh. I don't know. Shooting the front cover of Downward Dog magazine always makes me laugh, even though I know it's coming. It still makes me laugh.
Wow. It's like Moulin Rouge. I'll watch that 15 times in a row. I go, how many times will I cry today? My tear ducts need to be.
How do you handle the food cravings? Sometimes I eat a little. You want to graze throughout the day, so a few almonds or something, or a cup of tea helps me a lot. A cup of green tea or something, because it fills your stomach. Little scoop of non-fat yogurt, just little stuff that's how I do it. I'll have a shake. I use the Beachbody stuff. We use I took my Recover last night before I went to bed. And sometimes the Shakeology, that's more of I try to do that. It's like I need a meal. I'm not going to be eating for a couple hours because it can be really filling.
Well, you've been using the Performance line, the Shakeology, and all
the greens, the Energizer, all of it.
And
I have to say, I don't know. We should talk about it, but the digestion one is good as well. No, because when you do cut out carbs, your body isn't getting as much fiber as it used to, and so I find that's quite useful.
Ewan
McGregor discusses poo on Facebook.
Newsflash.
Ewan, will you ever do another musical?
I hope so. Yeah, I love musicals. I love singing and dancing and. I really do, and I spend a lot of time on my own in my house singing and dancing.
Well, you do it during the workouts. Like we'll play music from the '80s because that's where I flourished. And you know the lyrics to all, you too, and
some of them,
The Cure.
But I think probably if you're singing along, you're probably not working quite hard enough. So I've got to bear that in mind. Push a bit harder, sing less.
Best tips to combat soreness if you're sore.
Yoga. Do the spare yoga. There's a lot of stuff on Beachbody On Demand. I've got the hummingbird and a bunch of different little yoga routines that you can do. Foam rolling obviously is important. That's in P90X too. Super helpful. Epsom salt baths are phenomenal. There's so many people that haven't been in their bathtub in a decade, and just 2 cups of Epsom salts, and just sit in there for half an hour and enjoy that.
I've been doing that, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you've been getting
A massage. I get a massage.
Massage, if
Helps
you can
a lot,
afford
if you
one
can
and get
afford it,
one.
yeah.
You know what I mean? These guys have been getting them, and you know, just make sure that you have that rest time, that downtime. This is a 6-day-a-week equation, so obviously, if you're pushing really hard, you're going to be really sore, and if you're too sore, you can't come back and do the job that you want to do. And so, you know, these are and ice. You know what I mean? If like you're really sore, put ice on whatever it is.
Tony, do you think a vegan can be a healthy lifestyle? You gave up on it once.
Well, you know, I ate everything. I ate double cheeseburgers and all that and pizza when I was younger. Then I learned that, you know, nutrition was important. So I went from vegan to vegetarian, and I was vegan for quite a while before I got sick. Everybody knows, well, not everybody, but I got pretty sick. And for me, I still eat a plant-based diet. I still eat a lot of vegan meals. But I just didn't have the wherewithal and the time to piece together the protein, the vegan protein thing. I'd miss out, and then I'd lose weight, and then I'd get tired. And so now it's chicken, it's eggs, it's very little cheese, but it's 80% vegan still. So, except for some chicken and eggs and maybe some turkey.
Tony, is there going to be a P90X4?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? I should tell you that. Maybe.
What leggings are you wearing?
What leggings
Somebody
are you
wants
wearing?
to know.
These are Nike. These are Nike. More plugging, Nike. There you
Yeah.
go. Nike. You know, I just got them as a gift.
Hi, Shelley Cranley. Hi, Martha De La Scala. They're friends of mine. They're watching.
Oh.
They both donate to Go Campaign. Thank you.
Someone says, I've taken more baths this year than I have since I was a child. Who said that? Mike Mullady.
Mike Mullally. Is
No,
that
that
you,
was
Mike?
some girl said that, and then Mike
Oh.
said it skips so fast that it's hard to
They're
read.
coming. They're coming fast and furious now.
Which one of the workouts do you find the hardest individually? I don't know, just because yesterday was yesterday, that was very hard. I thought chest, shoulder, tricep, but I don't know if that is the hardest. It's in my memory because it was yesterday's hard workout.
I think the one I enjoy, the one I wake up looking forward to doing is Kempo. I like everything about Kempo, and there's not really a moment in Kempo where I want to die, whereas in most of the other ones, there's a moment where I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, there's some horribly painful moments, or just hard work, you know, when you're at that moment where you want to bonk out of it. But, so Kempo's my favorite. I don't know which is my least favorite. I love yoga too. I love the yoga. I'm surprised at how I've been able to get better at the yoga. Because the first time we did it on week 1, it just seemed impossible. Like, it's so full on. And I'm not somebody that does a lot. I've done yoga here and there, but I'm not consistently going to yoga classes or anything. So I found it very difficult. And I notice now doing it, how much better I am and how much further
And your
I'm
heels are
open.
getting
I
to
can
the
get
ground,
my heels
yeah.
getting closer in downward dog and
Progress.
yeah, it's nice.
And you know, many times Ewan has expressed the feeling you have the rest of the day after yoga, which is different than everything else. Like you've come back and just said, you just feel so peaceful and so alive. You know, you feel so connected. It's just you feel, you know, and that's why I do the yoga. That's why I put it in there. I think yoga is really the linchpin to all of it. Without it, it's a different program. It's not as effective. It's actually more effective because, you know, you're lengthening, strengthening, working on balance. You're doing everything in yoga except for maybe speed work. That's why it's so brilliant.
And then you throw in a nasty little core section at the end as well. Just
Yoga
when you
Belly
think
7, you're welcome!
Oh,
Yes.
horrible.
Tony, how much sleep do you get?
Now I get 8.5. I have to because, you know, I got sick because of stress, because of lack of sleep. I was a little dehydrated. I was just pushing it too much. So I used to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to. And now I look at the clock, I see 11:30, I'm in bed, and it's made a huge difference for me, especially since we've all been training 6 days a week. You know, that's your downtime, unless you're meditating or sitting quietly, you know, whatever, or getting some kind of active rest. Sleep is the #1 way to heal if you're training 6 days a week. And I was trying to push the envelope, and it was done.
Yoga Belly is the best. Yeah, you're right, Yoga Belly. What else? Yoga makes a huge difference in someone skiing. That's true. You were talking about that today, right?
Yeah. Ewan, you're a skier. I'm a skier. You know, it's the plyometrics. It's the yoga. You know, the idea here is after these 90 days are up, and everybody's like, okay, well, what do we do next? You know, a friend of mine just started skiing again, David Kalmanson. He's 51 years old, and he was just training because he wanted to look good. But now that he's started skiing again, his perspective has changed. It's like, oh wow, I want to continue to be able to enjoy this into my 60s and 70s So now I have to work out. So for those of you that are just doing it for aesthetic reasons, for ego, for before and after pictures, my recommendation is take up mountain biking or rock climbing or just whatever it is that you want to. And there goes the
lawnmower?
The lawnmower. No, the vacuum cleaner. Hold on, you guys continue.
Did you hear the vacuum cleaner, everybody? Could you hear that? Tony's worried about the vacuum cleaner. What else? Hi, Tony. Tony, you're such an inspiration. I'm telling Tony. Are we up for doing X2 after this? I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know. We've talked about what to do after, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because it suddenly dawned on us one day, like, what do? You know, you're doing this 90-day program, and then what? And
I kind of like P90X. I like P90X. I like just sort of doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it changes every few weeks. You're always changing. I feel like you could do it.
You just do
always.
It. Yeah.
I mean, there is a group of friends. We have a group of friends in Kuwait that do it. That's all they do is P90X. Forever, their life.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
Right.
So I thought it was great. Would you do another round? So yes, we would do another round. Fargo was awesome. Ewan.
Oh, that's nice. Calgary. That's nice. Thank you.
From Calgary. Ewan, what have you been struggling?
What's everyone's favorite cheat meal?
Oh.
We don't really do them.
We don't cheat meal right now. Sorry. No. I don't need to.
No.
At the moment.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. We're almost halfway. The food thing. Seriously. There's no cheat meals. There's got to be as much discipline with the diet as there is the fitness. Because if you can do that right up to the end, I mean, just get a bunch of fruit. Get blueberries and strawberries and apples and pears and bananas. Eat natural things from nature. We use Performance Formula and Shakeology, these other products, for the healing and for the recovery and for the nutrition. And you want to find that nice, perfect mix of whole natural foods, things that your great-great-great-grandparents would recognize on a plate. Everything else is the reason why there's a healthcare crisis. The reason why people are struggling with their weight is because we have this addiction, because we don't have other things to fill the void, right? We have just food, like 3 times a day. Yay, I get to eat sugar, fat, and salt and chemicals because it makes me feel good for 10 minutes. And the idea here is just like Scott says, buckle down. These 2 guys, they found a formula. We have sun fare because we live in California, but for everybody else, go to the grocery store, get the good stuff, eat that.
People say, but Tony, everything in moderation. Like I cheat and it's good and I'm happy with that because it's I need to everything in moderation. And I just think that's an excuse people tend to use, and then you tend to. It's hard to draw that line because you'd be like today if you say that, and then you say it the next day, and then you say it the next day. Well, suddenly you're not in moderation anymore, and you're not trying to get the best results from this program. So it's a very slippery slope.
I was a C- student with a speech impediment that was going nowhere fast. I was poor, I had $60,000 in debt, and I was miserable. I ate like crap, and I only worked out once in a while to go meet women at a gym. That was a man going nowhere. Ewan McGregor is a very successful actor because of the level of discipline that he has, his willingness to work really hard to produce a phenomenal job for us to enjoy. Scott Fifer has saved tens of thousands of children around the world, not because he does it half-ass. All right, so either you're all in or you're half in. If you want halfway results, then F it. Eat what you want. If you want to feel and look insane in 90 days, then just buckle down and do it. Good God, y'all.
Discipline, that's right, discipline. Ewan, before Plyo, do you ever say, I have a bad feeling about this?
Yes, that is something that crosses. There are moments when I wake up, certain days when I wake up and go, oh no. Yeah, Plyos, because it's got these, legs is hard, isn't it? It's things that are, it's a big muscle, it doesn't feel good, but it really gets good results. It's so good for getting rid of your tummy fat and stuff, all your good, working the legs, but it's not pleasant, no.
And you guys did plyo today, they did plyo today, and there are moments where you just, but you killed it. You killed it. You did great.
I just keep thinking, I just have a little mantra like, you can do 30 of anything, or if you're meant to do 25 reps, you get little cheats, not cheats, you get little things that help you, like counting down, like I'll count 15 forward and 15 backwards. I don't know what it is. Anything, any mental thing that helps you get to the end of the reps, you know?
Right.
Did do we take anything pre-workout? We do. I take the Energizer.
Well, let's plug more stuff. Come on.
I really sometimes. I mean, I can't get through some of the workouts without the Energizer or without something like that. I mean, if you don't have Energizer, just something that has some electrolytes and some. But this is just the best, I think.
So, you know, a lot of folks on social media, they just want to just climb up my butt when I start sharing the things that I use. Now, Beachbody, we've been around 18 years. We make some pretty good things. Both of these guys start with Energize.
Yeah.
Right? And then on certain days, upper body, we put the creatine in there. And then during the workouts, there's the hydrate. Now, you can say, hey, man, all you need is real food. But most people's food is overcooked and processed and it doesn't have the nutrients that you want. And, you know, we got guys from Harvard and you know, formulated these things. And
yeah, we work out early in the morning, so sometimes it's, you don't want to eat breakfast necessarily before a hard routine, but that will give you the energy you need to. I can't do it on an empty stomach. I would faint. I literally would fall over. So
now we call it Energize the enabler.
Yeah.
Tony, have you done circuit training or have you done traditional progressive sets, etc., weightlifting too? Have you always done circuit training?
Like this?
No. You know, I mean, when I was first started out, I used to go to World Gym and you know and steal from Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno. I would just take notes and see what they were doing. And I'd do 40 sets of legs on Monday and then chest for an hour and a half on Wednesday and I would just do cardio the days in between. Like just get the stationary bike for an hour. And this made me so bored. The reason why P90X works, the reason why these guys are, you're younger than us, but the idea here is to avoid boredom, the injuries and the plateaus that come from doing, sort of the same things over and over again. I'm not really answering the question, but I've just discovered that, if you look at P90X, which is different than a lot of other programs.
Do we ever pause or take breaks during the workout or just push through it?
These guys go fast. You don't really.
Well, sometimes when we're doing the to the DVDs, we do pause them.
Oh, yeah.
Just not for long, but we'll pause just to towel off, get a sip of water, and then go back in. Yeah, we do.
Or to adjust, we're writing it down. I hope you guys are doing that too. So we'll pause because we need to go write down what our weight was, what our reps, so that the next week.
Yep.
We can get back at
make those comparisons.
Tony, how are you feeling? Someone wants an update on your health.
I'm much better. I was in New York yesterday for 5 minutes, and yesterday was a bad day for me. The vestibular hypofunction thing that I have, the balance, the gyroscope in my head, was way off, and I just felt like I was a drunk sailor on a cruise ship in a hurricane. But today is better, and that's how it's going to go for a while. My weight is up. My strength is almost all the way back. My appetite is way back, which is awesome, and I'm just kind of dealing with the new normal. And as I sit here, my head hums, like I smoked some marijuana or something. Not that I know what that's like. I grew up in the '60s, so I have a general idea. But it's just, and I have tinnitus all the time. But whatever, man, it is what it is. So.
Someone's thanking the three of us. They said it's really nice to, because it gives them inspiration for the mornings they don't want to get up out of bed.
Yeah, good.
So. Good. That's really nice. Someone's watching from Belgium.
Belgium, that's amazing.
A lot of Star Wars references here. Yes.
You could ask anything, I think. Ewan's already brought up poop, so.
What Hollywood friend is most likely to join you in P90X workouts? I don't know. Yeah.
You want to be in 4 with us? You and Scott?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
You, Scott, and Bobby.
Can you imagine?
Yes, Bobby and I are still friends.
Yeah,
that's right.
Pull-up advice.
Okay, I'm really not very good. My weakest area is pull-ups. And so I've done various things. I use a band and put my foot in the band, which gives you a bit of an aid. I've got one that's adjustable, so hopefully as time goes by I can lengthen it so that eventually I'm not using it at all. I have Scott or Tony either hold my legs underneath me to give me a little push, or just a hand on the back or whatever. But if you're doing it alone, it's obviously you won't have somebody to help. So you can also do it with a foot up on a chair, and slightly in front of you, and then you can, as you're pulling up, you can when you get stuck, you can use your leg to give you that extra last little push. But I think the most important thing when you're doing that is to try and come back down on your own strength. You know, not fall down, but like let yourself down, because the coming down is doing as much good as the pulling up.
Eccentric direction is as important as the concentric direction.
Those are the two words I was struggling.
But you can sing and dance, so you got that.
Do you recommend modifications for people over 50?
Oh my gosh.
50's young, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope 50. I mean, I'm going to be 60, so absolutely. You know, I mean, there are people who weighed 400 pounds who did P90X, and they couldn't do 95% of it, but they would just march in place, or they would pick another exercise. I mean, the idea here is to be creative on your own while doing one of these routines. Like, I can't do jumping tucks. Well, then don't do them. Too many people are hung up on being perfect and trying to match what they see. That's the last thing. P90X is a bit of an education. You know, it's sort of a instruction manual on how you can be in the future if you're consistent over the course of time. You know, Scott modifies still a little bit. When I was sick for 3 months, oh my God, I was modifying like crazy. I still can't stand on one leg. I mean, my balance is still so out of whack. So I just picked something else. Avoid being frustrated. Stop the judging. I'm telling you, man, that's important. Just kind of go with it. I mean, these guys are starting out. They're like, we can't do that, we can't do that. But they never, you know, the bitching and complaining and frustration doesn't move you forward. Sort of an optimistic, hey, this is what it is. Do your best and forget the rest. Talking about, I could have just said that, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody just, it's gone now, but somebody was asking about runners, any advice for runners doing P90X? Do they need to eat more protein, etc., etc., they said?
You know, it really depends on who you are, how young you are, what kind of athletic background you have. These are all things that really, really matter. So a lot of people want to do P90X and run, and some people can do that. They just have that sort of, you know, stamina and wherewithal to be able to do that. But I tell most people, take that time off away from running. I mean, I got Dale Christensen, a friend of mine. He was a marathoner. He just did P90X, and he went and ran a marathon and cut, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes off his marathon time and didn't run at all. So, you know, it's what muscle confusion's about. You know, introduce new movements, activate new muscle groups, leave certain ones alone, like running muscles or other types of exercises that you do, and then go back to it later, and you'll be surprised because you'll just have more endurance and more stamina because you've been doing something different.
Wow.
All right, it's 9:32, everybody. We said we're going to do this from 9 to 9:30. So I feel like...
what do you think?
We,
any closing questions or statements from anyone?
Somebody says X has improved their running time too.
So much, yeah. It's improved their running time, stronger muscles, better running. Something about Go Camp. What's the next Go campaign project? A recent success story. That's really good. Well, you know, we're doing a lot of projects in the USA now. We have more and more projects here. We've got several projects in downtown LA, working with underserved kids, a lot of foster programs that are aging out the foster kid system. I just went on Friday and did a healthy cooking class with a bunch of inner city kids in downtown LA. That was really, really fun. And that kind of stuff can be transformational for kids. But
tell us what heaven's going to be like when you go there. I mean, Scott, would you know how many children you've actually helped? I mean,
well, our website says 109,000, but who knows? There's a ripple effect too. You know, the greatest thing is sometimes you'll hear a story a couple of years later about, you know, because you helped that school or that center stayed open because you helped them that one year, otherwise they were going to close, and now they've gone on to help, you know, thousands of disabled children because we kept it open 3 years ago. And we don't even realize that until you hear so there's a great ripple effect that has, and then also I see a lot of kids that, we've been doing this now 10 years, so there's some kids that were beneficiaries that are now young adults and they're starting their own nonprofits because they benefited from being at a school or an orphanage or some program before. So that's sort of the best part. It's like the ripple effect that's out there in the world. So it just gets people paying forward and you don't even know, you know?
How does that make you feel? All that.
That's a good thing. I don't think about it too much, but I mean, it's just the right thing to do, right? We're all here to help each other. And it's just the right thing to do.
You've dedicated your life to it, which is very impressive.
And the people who are looking in, you know, I mean, how much money have we raised just through my fan page?
Every year
30, 50 grand a pop. That's you're building schools, you're getting chairs, you're buying books, you're getting these kids clothes. They're, you know, kids that are out in the streets now have education and a place to live. And
you know, Beachbody, this is true, not just a plug, but they were our first supporter when I started this. We had a fundraiser at your house, and Beachbody said we'll put up the money. And every year since then, Beachbody is really committed to Go campaign. Every year donates. Carl and John are amazing and really help us help so many more kids. So all comes around.
Scotty Fifer,
You know.
forget Kevin Bacon. The 6 degrees of Scotty Fifer. The reason why this guy is the reason why I'm married to my wife Shauna. Absolutely.
That's true. It's
Yeah,
the whole.
it's just-
and why you have your dog Teddy.
Why I have Teddy?
Oh,
That guy.
circle. I love you, Tony. Beachbody keeps you motivated.
Congratulations to Peyton, who graduated from the United States Air Force last Friday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Nicely done.
Peyton. And there you go.
Any advice for P90X while pregnant or postpartum?
Postpartum. Well, postpartum, I mean, it doesn't have to be P90X. I would say postpartum, getting a 22-minute hardcore, just move. I mean, if anybody out there, here's another plug, John Rady's book, Spark. I talk about it a lot at live events. It's the effects of physical activity on the mental and emotional state. So when you breathe heavily, like these two guys did plyo today, they release norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin inside the temporal lobe, inside the hippocampus, and there's sort of this miracle grow occurs. I mean, after yoga, how come you feel so differently before and after? It's because the physical movement and the oxygen that goes into that part of the brain changes your outlook about your life. It improves your memory, your cognition, your sleep patterns, your sex drive. Do you want your sex drive to improve? And move your ass. And that's the beautiful thing about fitness. And a lot of these programs, you pull up bar and a band and the floor and some weights and you're good to go.
Sharon is 63 and she's doing P90X and loving it.
That's awesome.
That's great.
53. Yay.
No excuse for that.
That is incredible.
All right.
Well,
I think we can sign
I just want to thank you both.
thank you.
Mr. McGregor,
No,
Mr.
thank you.
Fifer,
It's great.
for just joining in and helping these folks and my fan base, and it means a lot because the camaraderie is off the charts, and we're all here to support each other and improve our lives through.
We'll be with you for the next 2 months. We're not going anywhere. This is just day 30. Called P90X.
That's right. So we'll probably do another one in the final month.
Yeah.
In March at some point.
We'll do it on day 60.
Look at all the hearts, all the love. Yes. Well done, everybody. Keep it up. Thank you
keep
all
it up.
so
We'll be
very
posting.
much.
It's only 60 days to go. It's only 60 days to go.
Awesome.
Come on.
Thank you, Sunfair.
Thank you, Beachbody. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Ewan. Bye, everyone.
Good. That was great. Good.